Hi, I'm University of Illinois Springfield Astronomy and Physics Professor John Martin, and we're here at the UIS Observatory to talk about the upcoming solar eclipse on August 21st. We're going to see a partial solar eclipse here in central Illinois, Jacksonville, Decatur, Springfield, Champaign, and at that time we're going to see about 95 to 97% of the sun covered. Now the moon is going to start covering the sun a little before noon on the day of the eclipse. It'll then proceed to cover the sun more and more, covering the most amount of the sun at around 1:30 in the afternoon, and then by 3 o'clock the moon will have uncovered the sun completely. Where the moon shadow hits the Earth is where you see the eclipse. So you might notice with the shadow that sometimes you have a darker and a lighter part of a shadow. The lighter part of the shadow on the edges is where the moon has just, or whatever's making the shadow, has just partially blocked out the sun. And that's called the penumbra. We're here in central Illinois going to be in that partially blocked out shadow that's not as dark as all the way blocked out. Of course, you want to be very careful observing the eclipse because the sun can be really bright when it's not completely covered up by the moon. So you definitely don't want to use your telescope to look at even the partial eclipse here in Springfield. Even with the sun 96% covered, it's still very bright. It's still like staring into a welder's arc just a few feet away from your face. So don't look at the sun during the partial eclipse with the telescope or even without the unaided eye. One option for watching the eclipse is Eclipse Glasses. Now you can get these for like $1 or $2 at most big box stores. What they basically are is they're a few sheets of Mylar that are sandwiched together in the cardboard. And that's really all you need. 2 or 3 sheets of Mylar or a number 14 welder's glass are okay to look through to look directly at the sun. And most of the time you see this one says, it'll say safe for direct solar viewing on them. Okay, now if you still aren't sure, you know, when you put them on and look through them, the sky's going to appear dark and all you'll be able to see is the sun. If you see nothing but the sun through your solar eclipse glasses, they are probably safe. Another option for looking at the eclipse, whether it's partial or total, is to actually make yourself what's called a pinhole camera. And this is one of the oldest ways to make a camera known. So one way you can do it, actually it's just a small hole in a piece of something that's opaque. So something like a legal pad, you know, for those of you guys that forget your eclipse stuff at home and you're at work, you can just grab a legal pad, you know, and the point of the pinhole camera is to make a very small hole. So you get a thumbtack or something and make just a very small hole in it. Another way to make the pinhole camera is actually just to get an old box and use it to make the camera. So for that, you're going to kind of want to cut yourself a hole in the side of the box and put a piece of the cardboard, like thin cardboard like the back of a legal pad over that. Then you can see I've actually made a small pinhole in that. Then once you've got the pinhole on one side, you can turn around and just put a piece of paper on the side of the box opposite of it. And see, the box holds your projection screen here a set distance away from your pinhole. It's a little easier to use. You can just then slip the box over your head, you know, to look at the sun, or if actually the box is too small to put your head in there and allow the light to go from the hole to the projection screen, you can just cut a hole in the side of the box by the projection screen to see in there. So thanks for watching. Be safe with your eclipse viewing. As I've said before, if you feel yourself squinting or blinking looking at the sun, look away, don't hurt your eyes. Don't use a telescope, use a pinhole camera or some nice glasses. And you know, if it's cloudy on the 21st, it's cloudy for the solar eclipse. We have another one coming up in 2024 in about 7 years.